Terry.
Quickly. I just want to say, in terms of that comment particular, Terry, like that's the biggest issue I have with Odegaard. Bruno, as much as people like to diss him, he's willing to do whatever it takes to try and win that game. What if it's ugly, pretty, like no matter what, I'm ready to do anything to win that game. And when things aren't pretty and we need someone to do something, Odegaard's never there. When it's slick and nice and sexy, like the football, like that's when he starts to look good.
You don't need to buy anyone though. You don't need to buy. You've got the perfect guy right there in your squad in Nwaneri. The perfect guy there.
Yeah,
someone who's ready to take these minutes and thrive and boom. Because we've seen this season how many young players, when they get their opportunities, are taking them and dragging some historic great teams to even better heights because of their energy, because of their style of play, because of the fearlessness. When Nwaneri was playing for Arsenal, when you had all them injuries, he was by far and away your most exciting, most threatening player. And then everyone came back, and he's now basically been relegated to 5-minute sub appearances.
Which doesn't make any sense, Tom, does it? Because at the end of the day, you know, what does this show to the youngsters at the club? Like, no matter how well we play, it doesn't matter. Like, once the key players come back, we'll just be packed back into the bench. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying,
that's the thing.
But you could just say, look what he's done with Skelly, so you can't really say that, man.
I mean, but this is the thing.
I hear you.
No, but if you look at Skelly's position, if you look at the players who play in Lewis Skelly's position, they are in such a bad form, right, that he can't technically be taken out, right? But with Nwaneri, right, he plays in Saka's position and unusually Odegaard's position, and these are like two of your key players. So if these players are injured or something goes wrong with them, all right, that's the only way Nwaneri is going to be given an opportunity, which is not right, because you just mentioned about how bad Odegaard is in playing. If Odegaard is not in good form, and Nwaneri has shown when he's been given an opportunity that he can do well, I think Nwaneri should replace Odegaard if Odegaard is not playing well. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the thing. This is the point I just want to say. At the end of the day, I get to your point about sometimes the best player being the captain and all that. But here's the thing sometimes. I think that when it comes to being a captain, it's not about being the best player. It's being the most irreplaceable player in the squad, whether you're one of the key players or not. If you look at Liverpool under Klopp, the reason why a guy like Henderson was the captain is because whether you rated Henderson or not, he was always in the team. You understand what I'm saying? They always bought a lot of key. Like, there were so many better players who were in the team that were better than him, but his impact in that Liverpool team couldn't be replaced. That's why he was the captain, because he was the irreplaceable person in that team, right? So I think that a captain, that's what they're supposed to be in the team. And Odegaard, whether you like it or not, his form, the way he performs, you just mentioned it. Bruno Fernandes, as much as I don't rate the guy, the guy, when he stinks, can still get you a goal or assist or both. You understand what I'm saying, right? That is irreplaceable. That's someone that you look and you say, well, listen, as much as I don't like this guy for 90 minutes, I know that he can get me a goal or assist at the end of the game. You understand what I'm saying? Odegaard can't give you the same. Odegaard, when he's in bad form, he stinks. Like, he's literally doing nothing. Look at that game against PSG. Look at the numbers he was putting. Like, that was ridiculous.
People, just because we won the games, people are ignoring the Real Madrid games. He actually was stinking in both of those games, man. But people didn't really want to talk about it because we won the games and stuff. I hear it, but he needs to fix up.
Odegaard needs criticism. The questions need to be asked about the manager, though, because this isn't the first time that I've seen a player. This has been a consistent thing under Arteta, whether he's been good or bad. He sticks by players too much. There's too much loyalty to certain players.
He thinks everyone's going to play into form. Everyone.
Odegaard needs to come out of the firing line. He's not going. He's come back from that injury. In October? So October to May, he has not been able to play himself into form. He's not going to play himself into form now. The player who was playing himself into form and was bright and was the difference maker was Nwaneri. I don't get why Nwaneri is now all of a sudden being relegated to 0 minutes again. Whenever he plays, he's massively threatening, and that's what Arsenal need, because Saka is still not 100%. He's been good since he's come back. I'm not saying he hasn't, but he's still not 100%. He's not the Saka that we're seeing at the start of the season. So what he
literally-
needs is a guy who's also got that energy and that fearlessness to take a bit of a load off him, because all
Right.
Odegaard's doing is put more pressure on those in front of him to turn up, because they know the captain's not. Rice has to do more work because he knows Odegaard's not going to help me here. The defenders, if your captain is week in, week out one of the worst players on the pitch, but footballers aren't stupid. They're going to look at him and start going,
with you, bro.
why is he the
I'm with
captain?
you, bro. We've seen Saka and Nwaneri on the pitch together for 5 minutes since he's got back.
I mean, and that ball almost
Great.
fell to him. I just thought when I saw that, I was like, again, just as an outsider looking in, you're thinking, why didn't you give him 20 more minutes? Just 20 minutes. I mean, it would have, and you needed more legs because your legs went. Just on that quickly before we get onto some other topics. Do you think you'll come back? Do you think what's your gut telling you right now is going to happen in Paris, your homeland?
Right now, I think strangely, I think
it's a home game, isn't it?
we win 2-1 and it goes to penalties, and I don't know how that goes personally. I think
If it goes to penalties, you've lost. That's Donnarumma's bread and butter.
I don't know.
That's what he lives off.
I can see it. I think with Partey in the midfield, it looks like a completely different game personally. So I'm confident we can get a win, but I don't know if we can win by 2 clear goals. That's my only issue.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I hear you. I think it's going to be interesting. I don't think it's over yet. I don't think it's over.
It could have been over with.
It's only over because it's Arsenal that's lost 1-0. I've never heard any such.
I will say though,
1-0,
I will say this: the way your fans have reacted to that result, it may well be over because your fans have written it off.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
But you're 1-0 down. All you need to do to take it to extra time is match the result we got over in Paris, and you're apparently better than us, so it shouldn't be that difficult. But I'm seeing your fans sit there and go, "Oh, it's done. It's dusted. Season over. Yada yada yada." Where's the faith in the team? Where's the faith in your players? Where's the faith in Arsenal on a European stage to say this is our moment? Every single team, every single top team, and I'm including Tottenham in this somehow because they've got one. Every single top team in England has a big European comeback. That's one of the key makings of you. You have your big European comeback where you show your mentality. This is Arsenal's chance. Semi-final to take you to a final. A final which you've got a really good chance of winning. Where's that mentality?
Tom, though, I hear you on that. I think that might play into Arsenal's hands, though. I feel... Is the right word histrionics? Is that when you build something up and make it really... Am I thinking of the right word? I'm actually going to Google the word now, because you know when you say a word and you're like, I don't know if histrionics...
That don't sound like a word, to be fair, but
no, it means theatrics and dramatics and everything else. I think there was to attract attention, and I do think there was a lot of histrionics. I think there was a lot of the speech by Arteta. I didn't get the time. I've had the time to do it. I've had a lot of things going on at home. I was going to go down to London just to wind up my trolls and film like a Robbie Speaks walking around the Emirates. I'm not even an Arsenal fan, just for a bubble. And I didn't. The only reason I didn't do it is I've got a lot of other things on at the moment. When I saw I didn't see the Arteta video until the next day because I saw a guy on AFTV whose name I don't know, unfortunately, who spoke about how he felt the occasion was made too big, and the players played the occasion, the fans played the occasion. That's why the goal went in. It was almost that was against the script. This is rubbish now, as an example. And I almost feel, Tom, that Arsenal kind of writing themselves off a little bit, as long as the players aren't doing it. So I'll be fair about that. I think the less noise, the better. I just a gut feeling on it. Just the less noise. I felt the same about Real Madrid. Real Madrid made so much noise before the Arsenal second leg. I just couldn't see him coming back. They made it bigger than the game was, and I don't necessarily think that's a great thing to do as a sports team, as a club, as fans. So maybe I think it might play into their hands this time. You know,
I think Arsenal
last time we played PSG in a semi-final, we won. So
Arsenal built everything up for that. I know it's a bit off topic, but Arsenal built everything up for that semi-final. All the promotional videos, all this, that, and the other. You had the Adidas thing with Ian Wright and everything, all built up. And I know it's a bit of a sort of weird thing. I was told about this tifo, and Arsenal turned down a fan-made tifo because they've got a mega one coming up, and then the tifo was sagging, and it was just a photo of a cannon. Ooh. Like, Crystal Palace put on better ones every other week.
Our one's probably gonna be embarrassing, so I won't worry about it.
Like Arsenal this season, it's something that I felt for a number
This
of years now.
This is what crazy, right? I'm going to go back to you, Tom. I'm very sorry to interject. This is, in case anyone hasn't seen it, this is what Arsenal. I'm going to upload it now. Sorry, it was about to upload, then it bloody didn't. StreamYard's just awful, right? So this here, what I'm about to put on the screen is what they rejected. They rejected these. I think they look quite good, personally. This is what they ended up with.
Ooh, the scaredy cannon. Ooh.
It's yeah. And the thing is, because of the size of your stadium, because of the way it moves round, you can do it. You can kind of do it the way we did it at Old Trafford, because it's square and it kind of fits in that space and there's flares. You need things either side of it. And like I was looking at some other ones that I don't even know what club this is, right? But for me, even Man United, I thought was really good. We had flares and smoke and things around it. But I think if you're going to do them, they have to be this level or not at all. That is what they should be. Right. Or because you could have done this, right? You could have had Arteta with Wenger and George Graham behind him. You could have had some monument. You could have had the Emirates and Highbury Stadium, maybe Big Ben because it's in London. You could have had all green, blue, red and white smoke coming up. You could have done something look, for your club that would be amazing. But you put a picture of a cannon up there, bruv. It's a madness.
And the cannon itself started sagging after 10 seconds of being up, and one side started falling down. But I feel like Arsenal this season and last season, anytime there was a game where there was an ounce of pressure, it got built up to be this monumental thing. It's almost like Arsenal don't know. Arsenal are a historic club. They're the third most successful club in England. And yet, in recent years, they've acted like they've never been in big situations before. They big everything up, and I know sometimes it's worked. Like you did a promotional video for Real Madrid and you beat them 3-0. You did a promotional video for Man City, you beat them 5-1. But you've also done promotional videos for like Man City away this year and you drew 2-2. And last year you were doing promotional videos and you were drawing this notion that you got that everything's bigger than it should be. I can't remember.
You know what it is, Tom? You know what it is? Like, the reality is
like you've been here before.
What it is, a lot of the representation of Arsenal on social media is like fans that really need the validation. So every time we do something good, rather than just enjoying that Arsenal have done something good, they need to hear it from everyone else first, innit? So which results in them doing extraordinary things unnecessarily on social media when we do something good. It's very frustrating to watch, but I can't control my fan base, and it is what it is. I think we should just enjoy ourselves. It is what it is. People love chatting shit about Arsenal, and that is what it is. Fuck it, enjoy it, and fucking win this trophy. Then
I will say that my favorite thing I've seen in the aftermath of that Arsenal PSG game is an Arsenal fan saying that you should ban drums from stadiums because we couldn't create an atmosphere over the drum. You had like a massive percentage advantage, but at one drum going dum 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 was apparently enough to quieten you down.
No, I remember calling out West Ham fans when they said, "Oh, the new stadium, there's no atmosphere here, man," and I laughed because I was a very lucky man indeed. I was living still in the East End at the time, and I managed through my job at the time to wangle 2 tickets for what ended up being Super Saturday in the Olympic Stadium during the Olympics. So I sat in that stadium and it brought tears to my eyes, where in the space of, it may have been longer, but it felt within the space of 10 minutes, Rutherford, Jessica Ennis, and I want to say Mo Farah, all won gold medals in the space of 10 minutes. Nothing like we'd ever experienced in British athletics before. The noise. And that isn't diehard football fans that are often a little bit more assertive. That was just a mixture of men, women, children. It was, and the noise, the building was vibrating. And I always remember, I'm not directly blaming West Ham fans, but it's no, your stadium can create an atmosphere. I've been there, but you need to create it. You need to do it. You could have drowned out the noise of those fans if 60,000 of your supporters, or 55,000, however many were Arsenal, sung for 90 minutes and kept on shouting. You'd have drowned them out. You guys control that. And look, you can't tell people what to do, but don't blame drums. Don't blame them being noisy and you being quiet. You be noisy. Like you can, you can control. It's hard though nowadays.
2 seasons ago, Arsenal had one of the best atmospheres in the country. That first year where they finished second under Arteta, the atmosphere at the Emirates was electric. And then it's just died since.
Arrogant now. We expect it.
You guys should just come get what's his name to just keep playing his guitar in the crowd. Just like North London. Just keep playing it. Do you know what I mean? Just keep doing it. Do what Liverpool do. Get your club to turn the speakers on so that artificially make the sound. Do what Liverpool do to make Anfield sound like it's actually noisy. But no, they've got to do something. Some super chats here. First one said.